I have forgotten the taste of wine and the warmth of the sun upon my skin. My kingdom is a vast graveyard, where even the stones have begun to forget their names. They call it a gift, this life without end, this immortality. But what is a crown when the throne is made of ash? I walk through halls that echo with the whispers of the dead. My footsteps are the only sound in a world that has stopped breathing. I am the sovereign of the hollow and the lost. This is my empire, a legacy of silence and the crushing weight of forever. The shadows are my only companions now. Welcome to the end of all things. Welcome to the silence of eternity.
You just watch something that has no crew behind it, no location, no costume department, no actress. Every single frame you just saw, the crumbling kingdom, the dead roses, the mirror, the corridor with the ravens, all of it come from the prompt. The prompts that I wrote, the parameters I set, a model called Seedance 2.0 that executed exactly what I asked it to do. I'm going to show you how I built it, not the highlights, not the best bits, every single decision. The exact words, the exact structure, the exact instructions that produce each scene you just watched. Because here's what nobody is teaching right now. Everyone is showing you what AI video can do. I want to show you how to think in its language. This is AI parameters, let's get into it. Alright, so here's where the actual movie came from. This is the CapCut web powered by Romania Seedance 2.0, and there is one prompt box, that's it. No timeline, no keyframes, no editing, just text, and I'll show you the full prompt now. Here's the full prompt I used. Read it carefully because every single line is doing a specific job. Notice the structure. I didn't write a paragraph and hope. I wrote in scenes, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. Each one with a specific shot type, a specific camera movement, a specific lighting, specific audio. And if we see last line at the bottom, that's the important line. And we have to remember that C dance blocks real faces anyway. So instead of fighting that limitation, I designed around it. And what will came out would be actually more powerful. Now, before hitting generate, we need to make sure of few things, right? So we need to make sure we have selected video. We have the correct model here. I would select 16:9. You guys can change. And I would say like a full video now. And I can even change the voice. So I'll select it for 1 minute here. And I can even change the voice. So what I'll do is there are multiple options here. And you can try multiple voices like this. That's too fake. Uh,
Welcome to creating voiceovers.
that's still out.
Welcome, native voiceover.
Um,
Welcome. Creating voiceover.
I'll select this one. This sounds pretty good. And then I can just hit generate. But you have to make sure you are writing the prompt very specifically. So let's send it and then wait for a minute. So as soon as I click send, we can see all the full prompt here, that how we have the introductory line here. We have 5 scenes that I have explained, and then we have the ending which shows that how many FPS we want. Cinematic, 16:9, no music, only ambient. And based on whatever we have provided, it would create a video brief that would have the theme, purpose, audience, and it would select visual elements. So for the visual style, it's selected gothic. If you want to change, you can click it here and change. I'll keep the same. Then you have the narrator, the character, the music, and then we have the aspect ratio as well. And then it would have the outline of each of the scenes, and we have like shot 1, visuals, and the movement. So we will have every single thing here. And then if we are happy, we can click on generate, and I'll click on generate, and I have 284 credits now, so it would take 80 credits for it. And then it would create a storyboard that would take a minute, and after that we'll see our full output. So now after a minute, we can see that our video is generated and it's of decent size. It's 1 minute 4 seconds 16:9 ratio, and everything is maintained. There is a little warning here, but we can ignore for it. And it's showing me the timeline on the left side as well. So let's see how it looks.
And where time has forgotten to breathe, I remain under the gaze of a blood moon. My empire is but ash and bone. Every step I take echoes through halls of silent stone and dead black roses. I am the sovereign of the monarch of a
This looks pretty good, and what you guys can do is you can also export it, and you can even edit more if you want. So there is few of the options that you can explore, like modify the brief, manually replace missing shot, or retry generation. So there are multiple options, and if you do edit more, you will directly be taken to the CapCut. So initially CapCut gives like a decent amount of credits that you can use, and it only takes like 80 credits. So now it's to your creativity how you can explore more. Let me show you the specific decisions that make this work, because the difference between a generic AI video and something that actually holds together is about 5 very specific choices. And the first one is the scale. Like in the scene 1, we says the queen is a tiny figure. A lone queen is a tiny dark figure walking through a massive ruined courtyard. I didn't say to show the queen walking, I said make her tiny. That one word tiny is the difference between a character study and establishing shot that makes you feel the weight of her loneliness before she says a single word.
In a kingdom where time has forgotten to breathe, I remain under the gaze of a blood moon. My empire is but ash and bone. Every step I take echoes through halls of silent stone and dead black roses. I am the sovereign of silence, the monarch of a memory.
Similarly, the other things that we need to be very specific about is the audio brief, like ambient sound only, then the candle flame, distant piano, and all those things. And the remaining thing would be the character rule. The character rule is very important because Seedance have this rule that you're not allowed to use anyone's face, like we can see in this mirror scene. Now this corridor, the last scene, that's the hard cut to black the second that door closes. No fade, no music swell. Gone. I wrote hard cut to black directly in the prompt, and CapCut honored it. That abruptness is the entire point of ending. Whatever doesn't end gracefully, it just continues into the next room. Now we have the 5 scenes, 1 prompt, under 2000 characters if you want, and what came back is a movie that has a character, an emotional arc, a visual entity, and an ending that lands. So this is what working at the parameter level actually looks like. Let me know how it goes. So what did we actually just do here? We didn't prompt an AI, we briefed one. Every scene had a structure, shot type, subject, world, motion, light, audio style, and one key instruction at the end that overrides everything else. That last line is the most important thing I showed you today. Without it, the model defaults. With it, the model listens. The queen's face was never shown in a single shot. That was a decision, not a limitation. Seedance blocked real faces, so I designed around it. And what we got instead is something more interesting. A character the viewer projects themselves onto. You filled in her face. You decided how sad she looked. The AI didn't do that, you did. So that's the thing about working at the parameter level. You are not just generating the normal content. You are making creative decisions that shapes how audience feels. The tool is just the tool. The prompt is the director nowadays. If you want the complete breakdown of every prompt, I use all 5 of them. Copy paste ready, they are in the description. Use them, modify them, build something better than what I built. I am AI Parameters. If this was useful, subscribe because this is just the beginning of what these models can do. See you in the next one.